From the studio in Nitro, West Virginia, this is Unreasonable Doubt. It's a podcast about West Virginia University basketball. I'm Josh Witt, and the Frog Court curse continues. West Virginia goes to Fort Worth, loses for the second time in a row this week. First time they've lost two in a row since Charleston, South Carolina, way back in November. West Virginia loses 60-54. They fall to 7-7 in Big 12 play, which is right in the middle. Technically, still in the top half of the conference standings. Right now tied with at least two other teams for 8th in the standings. And by the end of the night, there could be 5 teams at 7-7 in Big 12 play. And there could be 5 teams tied for 6th. Regardless, and West Virginia is going to look, if you look closely, West Virginia is going to look like they're in the bottom half of the conference, and it's only because when teams are tied and you look at conference standings, they go in alphabetical order. West Virginia is always going to catch the short end of the stick there. But rest assured, it's hanging on to a thread. They're hanging in to the top half of the conference standings. And for those of you that reached out this week, still trying to figure out a way to the NCAA tournament, thank you for listening. Thank you for checking in. But also, how dare you? How dare you? If it happens, it happens. If you listen to the podcast, I have given up hope on the NCAA tournament for this season. And it did help my watching experience today. My anxiety was down, even though all signs pointed to a game where I should be excited and nervous. And that was just turned down a little bit because I've mentally got the NCAA tournament out of my head. It doesn't mean they shouldn't stop trying to do it. And you're more than welcome to reach out to me this week and say, all right, Josh, so if they win a couple of games in Kansas City, what do you think? And I'll give you my honest opinion. But before you ask me that, I'm going to go ahead and hit you with a how dare you. Also, thanks for listening. Thanks for reaching out. Also, how dare you? And when you lose on the Frog Court, which West Virginia has done when anybody can come to the game, I'm not counting when they won on the Frog Court curse in 2021 because pandemic. But they haven't won there since like 2017. It's been a while. It's still a Frog Court curse, and you factor that in. It's what makes the Wednesday loss that much more tough to swallow. Because if you win the game on Wednesday, then the Frog Court curse comes and goes. You chalk that, not that it's a scheduled loss, but it's like, all right, West Virginia doesn't win in Fort Worth. Jamie Dixon does well against West Virginia when they come to town. And it doesn't matter who's coaching West Virginia, apparently. He's beat Bob Huggins. He's beat Josh Eilert. He's beat Darren DeVries there, and he beat Ross Hodge today. So he's got West Virginia's number. That's okay. Sometimes teams have other teams' numbers. It's what makes the Utah game that much rougher because instead of West Virginia being 7-7, they'd be 8-6. And that just sounds way better. It does. Because the bigger number is the first one. You know how math works. And West Virginia did enough defensively to win this game. Offense is where the struggles remain. 16 turnovers for West Virginia. More than one in the last 4 minutes of the game. -10 in offensive rebounding. They got 10 more offensive rebounds than West Virginia. TCU made 9 more free throws. West Virginia didn't shoot free throws bad today, but TCU got many more attempts, +9 TCU in the made free throw department. Defensively, you do enough. You hold the Horned Frogs to 60. You hold them to 34% shooting. And yes, offensive rebounding helps the cause with the shooting, but 34% is 34%. That should be enough. And West Virginia had a lead late in this one. They had 52 points with 5.5 minutes left, and they finished with 54 points. So again, quick math, 2 points in the last 5.5 minutes. That's not a recipe for winning unless the other team has a dinner reservation that they get to and they all leave. And you're just fooling around and you shoot one basket and then you just run the string out with the other team not around. Nobody on the bench, nobody on the court. You can win it that way. But outside of that, very few situations where you can score 2 points in the last 5.5 minutes and win. I guess, you could be up 40 and then not score in the last 5.5 minutes, and that one's pretty safe. It's just not typically, in a close game, a recipe for winning. And the offense in the last 4 minutes, it looked a lot like the Utah game. And that's not good and it puts me in a situation where I want to watch the last 4 minutes of both games and see what was going on. And yet, I don't want to watch that again. There's this movie called Open Water. Have you seen Open Water? Follow up. Would you want to watch it more than once? I'm not going to spoil Open Water, but there are movies, there are certain episodes of TV shows where it's like, once is enough. I had that experience. I'm not going back and watching the last 4 minutes of the TCU game or the Utah game. Hard pass. There was one good offensive possession besides Belo. I don't know if the Belo layup was a good offensive possession because West Virginia needed the score faster, and it took a long time to get that Brennan layup. But one play was called where it ended up in the corner in DJ Thomas's hands. Wide open shot, very similar to the shot he made at Cincinnati in a close game. He made that shot, and Hodge calls that play again, and DJ Thomas misses the shot. It just seems to be going that way. But also, Ross Hodge, I get it. Him calling a play for freshman DJ Thomas to shoot a 3 late in the game on the road, it's because who else wants to shoot the ball besides Honor Huff? It's not like there's a play I'm seeing to get Honor Huff open. It's just, hey, man, do that make a very hard shot thing. That seems to be the play call. And other teams know that that's what's coming. And so it's impressive when Honor Huff does hit the difficult shot, but not great. It's not great. And then other possessions, a lot of passing and a lot of dribbling, and it doesn't end in somebody wanting to take a shot. The offense struggles late, and it struggles outside of the last 4 minutes too. Let's be very clear. Does this team miss a dunk every game? I mean, Laureate missed the dunk early in the game, his first dunk attempt. He missed it. Harlan Obioha. Here's the play at the end of the first half. My man is wide open with the ball, a runway, roll out the carpet, and walk on that carpet. You could walk casually. The play that was called, Obioha is got wide open spaces. He misses the layup. He misses the follow-up. Somehow gets the ball back on his first miss, attempts again, misses again. Yes, this team has got to get better offensively. Yes, this coaching staff has some blame in what's happening offensively, especially late in the last 2 games. But there are times where the offense is fine. The shot generation is a good shot, and it ends in a miss. And when West Virginia's offense ends with a jump shot, do you think it's going in? Like at this part of the season, when the play ends in a three-pointer or a jump shot, I can only speak for me. When I am watching and a jump shot goes off, I am surprised when the ball goes in the basket. And that's not great. I mean, that's not, if you're shooting the ball really well, you make half of the shots. And West Virginia shot 40% for the game. But man, that's how I feel. I mean, Eagle staff made 2 threes. One of them, he banked it in. Amir Jenkins had open shots. I was not expecting them to go in. It's not for everybody. And so I get it at the end. If I feel that way, do guys on the team feel that way? Are they in their head of like, well, this isn't going in. Maybe somebody else can get the ball to go into the into the net. It's wild. It's rough. But that's where we're at late in the season. And this team has had good injury luck overall. The same starting five has been the starting five throughout the season. Maybe one game when Lorient had to sit. Good injury luck. Consistency with the guys that are playing. And on January 10th, West Virginia scored. We all watched this. West Virginia scored 86 points in the win over Kansas. 8-6. Same guys. Look at the box score. All the guys that are playing in the TCU game played in the Kansas game. And West Virginia scored 86 in that game. In the 11 games since Kansas, West Virginia has broke 70 3 times. They've broke 60 once. And the other 7 games, West Virginia has failed to get to 60 points. It's not good. It's not good. And yes, they play slow. They have the slowest tempo in the Power 5. I get it. They're not going to score 100 points playing this slow. I get it. But when you can't break 60, it really puts pressure on your defense. And the defense on the whole is not bad. It's good. They're playing with a good defense. It puts so much pressure on the defensive side of things when you can't break 60. West Virginia plays with the slowest tempo in the Power 5. It made me think, well, what are the other slowest teams in the other Power 5 conferences? How much are they scoring the basketball? Every conference has got the slowest team. How are they doing? So these are numbers that don't include today's results. It's only conference games. We'll start with the SEC. The slowest team in the SEC is Tennessee. They average 79 points a game in conference play. 79. Villanova, they are the slowest in the Big East. They're averaging 77 points a game in Big East play. Minnesota is the slowest team in the Big Ten. They average 68 points a game in Big Ten play. The slowest team in the ACC, our buddies up north. Pittsburgh is the slowest team in the ACC. They're averaging 66 points per game in ACC play. And West Virginia, in the Big 12 Conference, is averaging, before today, 63 points a game. So that's 16 less a game than Tennessee and 3 less than a terrible Pittsburgh team. And that's 63 before today. And West Virginia scored 54, so it's going to be even less. And those are not good things. And somehow West Virginia is 7-7 in the Big 12. You tell me how that works. Because I don't get it. As established in the last episode, this is not magic. This is not a magic show. This is basketball. But there is some sleight of hand that West Virginia is averaging 63 points a game and is in the middle of the pack of one of the best conferences in America. I don't get it. I don't have to get it. It's not a sustainable formula. And some of that's coaching, some of that's personnel. The personnel is definitely going to change from this season to next season. But man, it's you just scratch the chin. How are they doing it? How have they done it? I can't figure it out. Unreasonable Doubt is under the Smoking Musket umbrella. Go to smokingmusket.com. Read posts about WVU sports, daily throwdown. Check that out. Go to the Discord. We're talking about WVU sports and other stuff on the Smoking Musket Discord. Link for that is in the show notes. Listen to West by Pod, the WVU football podcast under the Smoking Musket umbrella. Do all that stuff. Smoking Musket. The next game for WVU is Tuesday, 7 p.m., CBS Sports Network. West Virginia stays on the road, goes to Stillwater, Oklahoma, to play the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And the Cowboys are struggling. Not Utah struggling, but they're struggling. Oklahoma State, like West Virginia, had some time close to the bubble or on the bubble. They scored 99 points in February. February 4th, they scored 99 over BYU. And they were 4-5 in Big 12 play. And now they've lost 5 in a row. And now they're 4-10 in Big 12 play. And that's how it can turn in the Big 12 conference. And they've lost on the road. They've lost at home. They have Silk the Shocker's son, which is very cool. Victorious Miller, transfer from LSU. They have an Iranian big guy. He absolutely looks like he should be a pro wrestler and not playing basketball. He is a pro wrestler playing basketball. Oklahoma State has Jalen Curry, who we saw a couple of times when West Virginia played UMass. He transferred to Oklahoma State this season. Oklahoma State coached by Steve Lutz. He's in year 2. Lutz won 17 games in year 1. He's sitting at 16 right now with 4 games to play. So West Virginia and Oklahoma State had the same record going into this game, and they've done it with 2 completely different styles. Styles make fights in boxing. I don't know about basketball, but we are at 2 ends of the spectrum as far as how to tackle the game of basketball. And Oklahoma State plays at the 10th fastest tempo in Division I, and we know West Virginia plays very slow. They are the 4th slowest tempo team in Division I. What I think is good in a matchup is Oklahoma State's reliance on paint points. They average almost 39 paint points a game. That's in the 94th percentile. But guess what West Virginia is good at? Keeping teams from scoring in the paint. West Virginia gives up only 26 paint points a game, which is also in the 94th percentile. So Oklahoma State scores a lot of paint points. West Virginia doesn't give up a lot of paint points. Oklahoma State wants to run and get in transition and speed you up. West Virginia wants to throw you in the mud, slow you down, rock fight. Oklahoma State is looking for a win, and I can tell you they're seeing West Virginia come into Stillwater and say, we can get these guys. They can't score 60. We could definitely score 60. Let's get them. West Virginia hasn't lost 3 in a row all season. And Ross Hodges, this is his 3rd season as a head coach in Division I basketball. He hasn't lost 3 in a row since 2024. So this game's about styles. Both teams hungry for a win. I think. Which style will win today? We'll find out. That's it for this episode of Unreasonable Doubt. Listen on all the platforms. Just pick one. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Pocket Cast Podcast, YouTube. Until next time, I'm Josh Witt. WVU for the 2025-2026 season. They have 16 wins and they have 11 losses.